Good evening and welcome to Called Into Questions, the only trivia game show where we ask hard questions during a very hard time. My name is Chris King, and we are here with another edition of the game. If my guests would introduce themselves.
Yes, as he just said, my name is Will King. If anybody doesn't know, I'm his brother. Just a quick disclaimer to any super big trivia people out there. I, in no way, shape, or form, have ever claimed to be even in the same ballpark as my counterpart here when it comes to asking and answering questions. But I am going to try to hold my own tonight. A little info about myself. My name is Will. I, as well as Chris, am here from Chesterfield, South Carolina, which is where I'm recording from, my house here. I'm a first-year teacher here in town, so I do have a little bit of experience in asking and answering questions, but this is sort of just going to be have fun with it type deal, I hope. There's going to be, my worry for tonight is that, and I've said this to a couple people already, is that I'm going to act like I know a lot about a certain subject, whether it be, a movie or a certain musician, and then a question is going to be asked, and I'm going to look dumb because it's like, I don't even know. But we're gonna try and avoid those moments. But I'm feeling pretty confident. I got a few good questions written, I hope.
I know what Will likes, as it turns out, and I've tried to write some questions I think he will enjoy in the topics he is good about. And speaking of that, why don't we tell each other what our categories are? Will, what is your specialist category tonight?
Okay, my question's for you.
No, what's your specialist subject that you've chosen?
The questions. I wrote the questions that you wrote.
Will has chosen the subject of Kanye West as his subject.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to ask you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. My subject is Kanye.
And would you say you're a fan of Kanye?
Yeah, I've been a fan of Kanye West's work for a while now.
I
will refrain from engaging in any potential political conversations regarding Kanye West, and that's for the best for everyone, I would say.
Because his music holds up. And I have chosen the television network Nickelodeon. I have chosen a very nice background behind me, and Nickelodeon is a very dear network to me, and I hope that we will have a good time tonight with some questions about.
Quick note on that. Coming up with a crazy hard Nickelodeon question was so difficult because I know that, okay, I'm going to choose one of the classics. You already know I'm going to choose one of the Nickelodeon classics. And it's going to be something that we've probably seen into like the dozens of times.
Yep.
So it's like, how do I even come up with something? But hopefully what I've got is going to be good. So
right. We're going to have 3 rounds of questions. Round 1's a medium difficulty. Round 2 is a hard category. And round 3 is a crazy hard category. And we'll just be seeing how we do on each of those questions. I will be keeping score throughout tonight's game. We're not competing against each other, but it's just to see if you at home would beat either of us. Would you get more questions right that I wrote for Will, or more questions right than he wrote for me, just to see how you do against us? And hopefully you will play along and keep score. But we're going to have a fun night of questions, and I look forward to seeing what we all know. And so, Will, if you are ready, we can go ahead and start getting this game underway.
Sounds good. Another quick disclaimer. I have my other computer here for my questions. I'm not Googling answers. I wouldn't do that. I have a little bit more respect and honor for the good name of trivia than that.
I just think you're checking the draft. I mean, the draft.
Well, I've got it on TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get caught up. It's no problem. It's no problem.
You're listening to the Kype, who is.
In case you're wondering why I was walking.
That's right. You're listening to the Kype's podcast as he's recording from his home studio, Mel Kiper Jr. and all of his.
Yeah. I've had the ESPN fools muted for a while now, but that's how it usually goes anyway.
Hope his haircut's doing well. I don't know if you know this. Mel Kiper is one of the longest serving ESPN personalities. Like
I've seen clips of him from like so long ago, and I'm thinking, dang, like he is a dinosaur.
What was it? I was looking at a list of basically, it's like Mel Kiper Jr., Chris Fowler, Kenny Mayne, and a couple more people that are like from the 90s that are still working at ESPN. Like it's only like a handful of them, and Mel Kiper is one of them. And it's just like, man, so today is day 2 of the draft. But we'll see if sports come up tonight. But here we go. Are you ready for round 1?
I am.
And so I'll be reading we're reading 5 questions at a time, and we'll have, at the end of each one, we'll go over each individual question. And so if you want to play along, just hit pause after all 5 questions have been read. You can take a little quick think, and then we'll start back up. So here we go. Here are your 5 questions to start out the game. You don't have to answer until we start again. So just take some notes if you need to. Number 1, if you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for what? Number 2, 2 episodes of Breaking Bad have titles that are just a number. What is the sum of those 2 numbers?
You're going to hurt me on this.
Number 3, P.O. Box 57 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is an official mailing address of what company? Number 4, what dish popular in Tex-Mex cuisine can be best described as a deep-fried burrito? And number 5, David Lynch was apparently in talks to help direct a music video for which Kanye song, which contained samples to Nina Simone's 1965 rendition of a famous Billie Holiday song. So those are the 5 questions in round 1. If you're thinking about it, take a quick pause, and we'll start back at the top. So here we go. Number 1 in round 1 is, if you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for what?
More? Wait.
So yeah, if you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for what?
I mean, it's the old children's book. The first thing that came to my head was more, but now that I said that out loud, that sounds kind of dumb. I'll go with milk.
I'm actually pulling up the PDF. Most children's books are online, which is good.
Yeah.
If you give a mouse a cookie, then the mouse will ask for a glass of milk. And that is right. When you give the mouse the milk, he will ask you for a straw. But milk, exactly. When you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk, which is
Yeah.
Yeah, but that seems to make sense. But no, that is the exact next line of the title line is asking for a glass of milk. So there you go. That's it right there. Very well done. Milk is a good partner with cookies.
Yeah. Oh, this second one's gonna hurt me here in a second. I know.
Yeah. Number 2 is 2 episodes of Breaking Bad have titles that are just a number. What is the sum of those 2 numbers?
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure there's an episode called 737. Like, the plane that crashes, And the other one, I feel like it's a low number, but I'm having trouble thinking of that at the moment. Do I have to, do it now, or can we come back to it?
We can come back to it. We can take a quick pause if you want to. Keep mulling over it. Number 3, you want to just take a quick pause. Number 3 is P.O. Box 57 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is an official mailing address of what company?
Say the address again.
P.O. Box 57 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I don't know. This isn't ringing any bells for me. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and give up on this one.
You want to take a hint?
Yeah, give me a hint. I got a few hints for you as well.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh is where this company is headquartered. And the number 57 is important.
Oh, it's Heinz.
Yes, the H.J. Heinz company is headquartered out of Pittsburgh and everything. And that is where you would find it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not sure this is like P.O. Box 57. I looked at this question before. It's more like a lawyer's mailbox, but it's still they bought the post, it's mailbox. They could have the fun, connection there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It is the Heinz Corporation. Exactly right. Number 4 was, what dish popular in Tex-Mex cuisine can be best described as a deep-fried burrito?
Deep fried burrito. I've got two that are on my mind, and I kind of feel like neither of them are right. It's gonna hurt when you say it. It's not chalupa, is it? That's not probably not. Yeah. No, not chalupa. I don't know. This is tough. I don't want to sound ignorant, but it's a lot of them are pretty similar. It's hard for me to keep it straight.
They are very similar. They're all flour and corn based, and then toppings of various varieties.
Chimichanga?
Is that your guess?
Sure.
That's the right answer. That is your chimichanga. Very well done.
Where's my bag so I can pull the answer out of it?
There it is.
There you go.
Done.
Nice. Clutch. Buzzer beater right there.
You want to do the Kanye or the Breaking Bad question right now?
Oh, what was the Kanye question again?
David Lynch was apparently in talks to help direct a music video for which Kanye's song, which contains samples to Nina Simone's 1965 rendition of a famous Billie Holiday song.
Looking for the Kanye song?
I'm looking for the Kanye song.
Yeah. Blood in the Leaves?
The song by Nina Simone and Billie Holiday is Strange Fruit. And that's the first two words of the song. And it is Blood on the Leaves from Jesus. That's exactly right. And
music video for that?
He was going to. Apparently,
I'm not aware of that. There was going to be a David Lynch and Kanye mashup for a music video.
That's right. And so yeah,
I guess it's the same place as Yandi. I guess we'll never get it.
Yeah, there's David Lynch. Apparently, he really. I think he loved. Strange Fruit, and really liked the Kanye song, and it kind of fell through. I'm not sure why. I think both of them are very busy all the time, and maybe just didn't ever work out,
Yeah.
That
was interesting.
That was like 2012, 2013 or so.
I'm glad to know that. That's pretty cool fact.
Yeah, apparently David Lynch was into. I really liked it, and just but there's no music video for it. But that was apparently in the talks. Was David Lynch?
Yeah, I've been watching some Twin Peaks lately. A little season 2 going on.
What if
turns out nothing to do all day every day is it'll do that to you.
Right. What if Kanye was going to be one of the people at the Roadhouse in the new Showtime season? Like he would have been there with like Nine Inch Nails and crew, and just Kanye would have been an episode of the new Twin Peaks. That'd have been hype. That would have been
crazy. He wouldn't. But in the new show, like how the music plays and they just let the music play and nobody's really talking. So he wouldn't have been able to do that. He would have had to grab the mic and start ranting about something.
Yes, because New Twin Peaks had 2 minutes of a guy sweeping, and I'm not sure Kanye could allow that stillness in his life to, like one guy swept the Roadhouse floor for 2 straight minutes of American.
Oh yeah.
And
I don't know. You should watch some of the stuff that Kanye puts out, and it's like the full length stuff. It's like pretty weird.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's into that kind of thing.
Yeah, Blood on the Leaves, very well done. But number 2, back to our Breaking Bad question was some of the 2 numbers.
I'm gonna miss it. This is sad. Okay, well, can you tell me that? Am I right when I say one of them is 737?
I will say that 737 is one of the episodes.
Yeah. Okay. The problem is I can't think of the other one. I don't think it's season 5. I don't think it's final season. I know there's one called just Moss, but it's not called like Uno Moss or something. It's I don't know. I can't think of it.
Okay, so there's.
Is it in Spanish?
It is not. It is in English. I wouldn't be treating it like that. So there's an episode called 38 Snub. But of course, that's not it though, because it's the word snub in there. It is season 5, and I will say it's in the first half of season 5.
Is it a triple-digit number?
It is not a triple-digit number.
Huh. This is sad. This is hurting me. I I don't. What is it? I can't think of it.
I'll tell you the first. It's episode 4, and it follows Live Free or Die, Madrigal, Hazard Pay.
Oh, is it the train robbing episode?
I
That
believe
sounds about right.
that's the next episode.
Oh. Well, what would it be then?
Yeah, Dead Freight is episode 5.
Oh, yeah.
Right before it.
What?
This
I don't know.
this number is spelled out in a certain way.
I'm sorry, I just don't know.
51 is the name of the episode.
Oh. I wonder what that was in reference to. Was it like
Walter gets older by it's his birthday, so it's
See, remember at the beginning when I said I was going to claim to know a lot about something, and then it looked like an idiot later on? This is one of those moments.
That's right. Yeah, 51.
That's okay.
Could you grab some headphones real quick? If that's okay. I don't want to.
Can you not hear me? I got some. Hold on.
There's a little echo on your end. I think it's just because of the Oh, there he is. He's back.
I heard what you were singing.
This is the stall music.
But I've been watching the hell out of that recently as well.
I've actually finished it again.
I'm on like season 4.
Yeah. So, can you hear me?
I can now.
Yeah. You can just it was I finished it, but I started near the end of season 1, so I had to watch season 1 mostly again because I started my new rewatch near the end of season 1, so I've made it all the way back, looped again. So that's the good stuff. There you go. But let's yeah, you can talk a little bit louder. I think that's fine. Yeah, now you're muted a little bit. Let's see, but you got 1, 2. Let's see. I will say you got 3.5 on all that. A very good score. 3 outright and then another half. So you start out with 3.5 points. Very well done.
Yeah. If it wasn't for getting that chimichanga there late, I would have been in trouble.
Right, chimichanga. I think this is gonna be weird. This one, chimichangas are different because you do another thing to them, because you deep fry them after you make it.
Yeah.
Because like chalupas and fajitas, and it's just kind of it's all just tortilla with ingredients in different ways. And
Here's
then
a question: Is that like a real traditional Mexican thing, or is that like something that Americans made up? And then...
I think Tex-Mex is the.
Oh yeah, you did say Tex-Mex, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's not as Mexican. I think there is more Texas, Arizona, New Mexico neck of the woods. So it looks like Phoenix, Tucson, all kind of claim the birthplace of the chimichanga.
Sounds good.
There you go. But no, very well done.
Solid first round. So we're going to do the same thing with my questions. Back to you.
That's right. So let's hear that round number 1.
Okay, so round number 1 actually might be they're all pretty good, but it's definitely a good round, I think. We're calling it medium. There are some on here that I consider easy. There's some on here that I consider hard. We'll see how hard you think they are.
That's why you just gotta do it. You just gotta ask them out loud and see how they go.
Yeah, exactly. So without further ado, here is my first set of questions. Number 1. In 1990, Jesse Helms, an incumbent senator and known racist from North Carolina, ran against Harvey Gantt, who was Clemson University's first ever African-American student. During their closely contested Senate race, Michael Jordan from North Carolina, when asked to endorse Grant, instead gave this now infamous response. That's number 1. I can read it again if you want, but that's probably my most long-winded one. Okay. Yeah, and some of them I provided like a little bit of background info.
That's all good.
I mean, even if you don't need it, just for the viewers, I guess. So anyway, yeah, there's number one. Number two, Andre Romel Young, aka Dr. Dre, has released 3 studio albums. The first of which was released in 1992. That album, appropriately, was released on Spotify on April 20th of this year. What is the title of this album? That's number two. Okay. Number three. In Quentin Tarantino's 2-part film series, Kill Bill, protagonist Beatrice Kiddo is given this reptilian code name because of her deadly precision and high level of aggression. That's 3. Number 4. This is a fun one. Tupelo, Mississippi is the hometown of Elvis Presley. In addition to being the hometown of the king of rock and roll, what popular 2010s to present hip-hop/rap duo also hails from Tupelo, Mississippi? And that was number 4. And number 5 in our medium category. And this is the theme question, which is Nickelodeon. Oh, and by the way, before I read this one, I didn't choose the same show. I thought that would be kind of lame, so I chose 3 different Nickelodeon shows. The first of which is Drake and Josh. Here we go. By the way, that was what I was watching earlier today. So, in the pilot episode of the Nickelodeon series Drake and Josh, the title characters are tasked with babysitting an infant while their parents are gone. When the baby will not stop crying, what song do Drake and Josh perform to the baby to finally get it to sleep?
God.
And I also, this is, I realize that's probably like a little bit higher than medium, but it was hard for me to come up with Nickelodeon questions that were like
That's good.
on like level. I've also got like a little bonus. I thought of another Drake and Josh question that I wanted to ask. But I was like, well, I've already asked one.
Yeah. So those are the first 5 questions. So if you need to take a moment,
I'll wait for the bonus until
take a pause. But we will start back at the top. So if you read out number 1 again.
All right, back at it. Here we go. Number 1 again is in 1990. Jesse Helms, an incumbent senator and known racist from North Carolina, ran against Harvey Gantt, who was Clemson University's first ever African American student. During their closely contested Senate race, Michael Jordan, when asked to endorse Grant, instead gave this now infamous response.
I'm not sure I have the words right, but I know I have the concept is that Republicans buy tennis shoes too. I think that's the answer.
Exactly. I mean, I would have taken Republicans buy shoes too, Republicans buy sneakers too. I mean, the Republicans buy, insert footwear item here and then 2. Exactly. And that is the correct answer. So good job on that.
Are Republicans wearing Jordans? Is that a thing that we see a lot of?
Some do, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure there must be some Republicans out there wearing Jordans. That is all very fair.
Oh God. Let's see. Number 2. Andre Romel Young, aka Dr. Dre, has released 3 studio albums, the first of which was released in 1992. That album, appropriately, was released on Spotify on April 20th of this year. What is the title of this album?
I did not know that it was released on Spotify earlier this week. That's very good and clever. I believe the debut album of Dre is The Chronic.
Correct answer. Yeah, I didn't either. And then somebody who knows that I like, would like that album. It's like, hey, this is on Spotify now. I'm like, oh wow, that's awesome.
I've always when I write trivia, I like to find the fun pieces of information, like how Hines has a P.O. Box 57 and how The Chronic was released on Spotify on April 20th. That's the fun connection that makes it a nice thing.
I liked that question.
That's good.
That's a good one. All right, here we go. I thought this is going to be either really easy or just or hard for you. It's either going to be like yeah or no. I mean, obviously. Okay, here we go. Number 3. In Quentin Tarantino's 2-part film series, Kill Bill, part 1 and 2, the protagonist, Beatrice Kiddo, is given this reptilian code name because of her deadly precision and high level of aggression?
Yeah. So it's the all five. I think there's four women, and then the guy. They all have a snake nickname. I know that.
Yeah.
I know it's a snake. Um.
Yeah, I said reptilian, but that doesn't really narrow it down for you.
Right. No. Yeah. But I mean, I know they're all snakes. I'm trying. I don't. I'm trying to remember who's got what. And
Mhm. If you need a hint, I was debating on whether or not to add this descriptive word into the question.
I no.
I ended up not because I thought I might give it away too easily. But
Yeah.
I can add that word in here in a second if you want me to.
There's a couple of names, man. Like I've seen the movies, and I know they all got snakes.
Yeah.
Why did it have to be snakes? The two snakes I have, I'm almost positive Sidewinder is one of them. I'm not sure who's that is. I almost think Sidewinder is one of them. The other one I have is Mamba or even Black Mamba. I think that might yeah. But I don't have anything that I'm not sure that's right. I know Sidewinder is one of them, and with almost nothing more, I'm gonna guess Sidewinder as my guess here.
Okay, well, you did say the answer a second ago, but it was not your final answer just now. But so you may have guessed what it is by now. But the word that I was gonna add in there was let's see. Beatrice Kiddo was given. I was gonna say this dark reptilian code name,
So
which I thought might give it away. But yeah, it is what, like you said earlier, Black Mamba.
it is Black Mamba. Man, I was like, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure that was right. I just knew Sidewinder was definitely one of them, and I was
Yeah.
not sure about Black Mamba. And
Yeah. Most people don't think of Kill Bill when they think of Black Mamba. They think
oh
of
yeah, and that's why I was like, is that right? I mean, like that. I can't believe that would be right, but I mean, no, there you go. It was
yeah.
Black Mambas are snakes, and I think and I think I knew Deadly Precision. That was the whole point why Kobe took that nickname was like the precision part of the Black Mamba. Like that was part of the
just like the aggressive like mentality.
right. Yeah, I was like, I just knew I got to go with what I knew was possibly right. So
Yeah.
I was,
Good call. You still like said the answer.
I'll take half credit on that. There's my half credit.
Yeah,
So.
you take that. Here we go. This will be a fun one. This will be like the same as the last one. You'll either like definitely get it or not.
Right.
Tupelo, Mississippi is home of Elvis Presley. In addition to being the hometown of the king of rock and roll, what popular 2010s to present hip hop rap duo also hail from Tupelo?
It's a rap duo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Famous 2010s to present rap duo from Mississippi. It's gonna be oh God, why did I
They came to USC while we were there.
yeah, let me
I didn't go to the concert, but I can give you their
Well,
names.
who oh my God, I feel bad. That's what happens when we have the camera on you. Big Boy and Andre 3000 is who? What's the name of that group?
You know that.
I know that. I
Outkast.
know. I don't know why I'm blanking out on it right now. This is
Outkast.
terrible. Of course it
You hear
is.
me?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah. That's bad. I don't like that I forgot that.
They're not from Mississippi.
I was going to make that as a joke. Obviously,
Okay.
yes. Obviously not the 2010s, nor are they from Mississippi. They're famously from the state of Georgia and not Mississippi. Let me see. I'm trying to.
South's got something to say.
I'm trying to think. I can name a couple of like Migos they're a trio. They're not a duo.
Do you want the,
I got
names
it.
of the two guys?
Say it again.
Do you want like the rap names of the two guys? It may or may not help.
I wanna.
It probably wouldn't help actually.
I got. Wait. Give me a sec. I need to write something down. I don't know if this is the only guess I'm gonna have right now. I don't love it, but this is a guess. Is it Ray Samerd, or however you say it?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
You didn't say it right, but it's Shrimmered. But yeah,
Shrimmered.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I was pretty sure because they had the song Black Beatles, and I knew there were two. I knew it's the word drummers backwards. I had to write down
Yeah.
the letters for that.
Do you know either? This isn't part of it, but my hint was their two names. Do you know either one of their names?
I've seen them. I don't know what they are right now.
Sway Lee and Slim Jimmy. Jimmy spelled JXMMI.
Sway Lee, I've seen. I had forgotten that, but I know I have seen that. Yeah. See, there you go. I know who Ray Summer, but I forgot. I forgot Outkast's name, which is terrible. I was thinking it was a joke answer, and then it came to like me to say the name of the band, and then say the name of Outkast. I was like, "Oh, I forgot." Fun. That's not great. So, but no.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'll take my Black Beatles knowledge. Fantastic.
Good job. Let's see. And the fifth and final one. Okay, yeah. I also have a little like side part of this question that's
fun.
In my opinion, it's definitely harder than medium, but I just wanted to include it with this because it was Drake and Josh. Anyway, in the pilot episode, which I watched today, by the way, in the pilot episode of Nickelodeon series Drake and Josh, the title characters are tasked with babysitting an infant while their parents are gone. When the baby will not stop crying, what song do Drake and Josh perform to the baby to finally get it to sleep?
Okay, so this involves the pilot of Drake and Josh, and I am sad to say that I have not seen this episode in a minute. I know it's the episode. I forget. Like, I don't think we discovered Josh's his newspaper column in episode 1, did we? I think that's like episode 2, episode 3. I don't think it's
that's not in the pilot, no.
Yeah, a baby.
I actually watched the first like 3 or 4 times.
I'm not even sure whose baby this is. I'm trying to. So, in my mind, the only thing I don't really have a good answer right now, so I'm just going to talk out loud. So,
okay.
The only
I got a couple of fun facts about this. Speaking of Twin Peaks, Lucy Moran.
Yes, I knew that.
Is the mom of the baby that they're supposed to be watching after.
I knew that she was the mom in an episode of Drake and Josh. I didn't know it was this episode. That's
it's the pilot, yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was the first one. God, that's crazy. But I knew Lucy. I looked that up when I was looking up all the twin cast, like what they've done. I discovered Lucy did Drake and Josh, but I didn't know it was a pilot. So in my mind, when you do a song, so in my mind, there's 3 answers to this. 1, it's a public domain song. I don't know what. It's a public domain song. 2, it's a made-up song they came up with, which is, a thing you can do. And 3, it's like the theme song. Because that'd be a fun way to introduce the theme song to a TV show, is by having some of the characters actually sing it out loud. So I like to think this answer. I can't imagine that a TV show would sing a popular song. Like, it wouldn't be like "Don't Stop Believing." Like, I feel like it has to be. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be something like one of those 3 categories.
I'll give you a little hint. It's more of a folk type song like that. If you ask me who wrote it, I would have no idea.
I got you.
I'm not sure if anybody knows actually.
How about this? Is a good answer. I like this. I like this as a possible answer. What about this seems funny.
I swear if you said the answer.
What'd you say?
I was just anticipating you saying the right answer. I swear if you get this right after all this deliberation.
What about "She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain When She Comes"?
No, but that is a good guess because that's the song that they sing to Crazy Steve.
Yeah, of course that is. Oh, of course. That's what I had on my mind. That's exactly that song.
Not even kidding. When I was like typing my answers out, like a few hours ago, I started to type that song because it was just in my head. I was thinking of that scene. I was like, wait, no, it's a different one.
That's exactly when I was like, there's definitely that song.
That's a great guess though.
Man, I felt great too. I'm disappointed that wasn't right. But that's fair that it's not the answer.
You ready to hear it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it. What is it?
It's I've been working on the railroad.
Oh man, it's in the same. Yeah, I should just guess that too. That is,
Yeah, it's Drake's playing the guitar and Josh is singing, and then the baby goes to sleep, and then Josh really gets carried away singing "Donna, won't you blow your?" Yeah, it's pretty funny.
that's great. Oh man,
It's pretty funny.
that should have been my second guess after
Yeah.
the mountain. Yeah, Walk on the Railroad, another classic. Who knows who wrote that? That's
Oh, and let me get this is very hard, by the way. Quick one. I don't want to spend too long. You either know it or you don't. What is a short and simple Drake and Josh question? What high school do Drake and Josh attend?
man.
Yep.
Is it not for a president?
It is not.
Okay. Is it? I don't know. I don't have this. I think what is this?
It's Bellevue High School. Belle View High School.
I think
Is that like the Nickelodeon, like the Bellasario or something?
Bellevue. I don't know, but I mean, I think it's called Bellevue. Like you say,
Bellevue.
yeah.
Yeah, true. The
No,
Bella's in.
but Bellevue. I'm not sure if it has any connection. I know that like there's a famous hospital in New York City called Bellevue. That's like Bellevue General is like a very famous New York City hospital, but I don't know what connection. It's just a name, I'm
Yeah,
not.
I don't know. I was literally just watching it earlier today. I was like, oh, Bellevue High School. Didn't know that.
James K. Polk is where it's classified.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I already knew that one.
Yeah. If you're gonna name a fictional school, president's always a good way to go. Pick an old president. That never hurts. That's a good rule. I think I learned. I don't know anything about Glee, but I know it takes place at William McKinley High School, and that's a fact I know about the TV show Glee. Is that I said as a presidential, high school. So on that set, I think I have earned 3.5 points. So there you go. I will take that. So that's a very good set of questions. Very well done. So, all right, are you ready for yours?
Indeed, I am.
Here we go. We're going to ramp it up. So here we go. Number one.
By the way, I'm anticipating getting like none right from here on out. So
For
the viewers at home, just prepare for that.
I got confidence.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. For number one, this question has 4 different parts to it. All right, so I'll lump them all together. So I want you
4
to
parts. Okay.
Yeah. So number one's got 4 parts. I want you to name these facts about the Flame of the West. You ready? I want you to tell me what is the one-word Quenya name for this sword. Number 2 is whose sword is it? Number 3 is from what other sword was this sword forged from? And number 4 is in real life, who now owns this sword?
Okay.
That's number 1.
Say the first one again.
Number 1 is what?
Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna answer right now. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Number 2. Next question completely. Number 2 is the Memphis Music Hall of Fame is located near the corner of South 2nd Street and what other thoroughfare? Number 3, during World War I want you to name the 4 nations that made up the Quadruple Alliance, also known as the Central Powers. You've been teaching some European history not too long ago, before school was shut down. Number 4, while the eggplant emoji may eventually get one, there are 2 emojis that have their own Wikipedia page. What are those 2 emojis? Like the individual emoji has its own Wikipedia page about that emoji.
Okay.
And number 5, you know what's going to keep me warm? That's right. Those
agrees.
Kanye's debut 2004 album, The College Dropout, is a reference to his own dropping out of Chicago State University. But what is the only place of higher learning mentioned by name on the album? As a hint, this school is not located in Chicago. So those are the 5 questions in round 2. Remember to pause right here if you want to go back up through them.
Oh, those are some good questions.
We will start back at number 1. So we got a 4-part question here. So
all right.
I want you to name these facts about the Flame of the West. So number 1 is what is the one-word Quenya name for this sword? You need a.
Quenya?
That's like the Elven language, basically.
Oh, okay.
What's the name of the sword? Like not the nickname Flame of the West.
Well, it's weird because the name that I was thinking of is actually the answer to like number 2 or 3 on this one.
Yeah,
I was thinking like shards of Narsil.
that's right.
Which is that's right for number 1.
Number 3. That's right for number 3.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a one-word name for it.
Yeah, it's like the name of number 2's sword. You take number 2, by the way.
Does it start with an I?
It does not.
Or an E.
It does start with a vowel, but it's.
See, that's the thing. I'm not gonna get this, and I'm gonna be pissed.
Whose sword is it, by the way?
Huh?
Whose sword is it, by the way? That's number 2.
Like who now has it?
Who owns the sword? Yeah.
Aragorn.
Exactly. Just want to make sure that's number 2. But yeah, number 1. Do you know the name of Aragorn's sword?
No, it's not make me mad, but tell me.
Starts with an A. Does that help?
Kinda, but I can't think of it.
Anduril.
Yeah. I knew it sort of had that sound to it, but I couldn't come up with it. Anduril. Huh.
Anduril.
That hurts.
Aragorn's sword, exactly. And number 4 is, in real life, who now owns this sword?
What do you mean in real life?
So the sword used in the movie, someone currently owns that sword. Who is the current owner of the sword Anduril?
Oh, I think I know this. Is it one Stephen Tyrone Colbert?
That is exactly right.
Oh yeah.
Stephen Colbert is the owner of the sword of Anduril. He received it.
I was gonna say like Orlando Bloom or something, but I was like, wait, no, it's obviously it's Colbert. Of course he has that.
Yeah,
he has that.
He got the sword from Viggo Mortensen early on in the Colbert Report, and he would eventually also pick up Sting later on in the show. I think he has both an Anduril and a Sting in his possession.
The one used in the movie.
I think he has like the main sword of Anduril. Like he has the main one of that, and then he has one of the copies of Sting that are also.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. You know what my favorite thing that Colbert has like ever said? Like, he said lots of good things about Tolkien and Lord of the Rings and stuff. He was doing an interview with somebody, and they were talking about like how long the movies are, and like you can't. And the person who he was interviewing said, you can't just sit down and watch all 3 movies back to back to back. And Colbert like immediately cut them off and was like, oh yes, you can. You don't even have to be wearing pants. Anyway, yeah, that was just a little something.
Tolkien trivia, I smoked you like a ham, as Colbert would tell.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad about missing that first part. Anduril.
I still have credit. Yeah, you missed Anduril.
I couldn't think of it.
But you had that, and then
I can picture the scene where Elrond is like showing him or whatever. But
yeah. But apparently, I don't know if the Sword of Narsil, Liv Tyler, who played Arwen, she came on the late
Shards of Narsil,
and she brought a sword that I believe was Narsil, and I'm not sure if he got to keep it or not. So he may have at least 3 Lord of the Rings swords in his possession. He got to keep that one too, but I'm not sure he got to keep a 3rd sword. But at least he has Anduril and Sting in his possession, so that's not too bad.
At first, I thought you were going for like the answer would be like Isildur or something. Like Isildur took up his father's sword and
there's
cut the ring from Sauron's hand.
Right. Yeah, I was looking at like sword. I wanted like Lord of the Rings. I was looking at capital cities, but apparently capitals aren't as clear Lord of the Rings and whatnot. So yeah,
they don't really have capitals.
They have like main fortresses and castles, which essentially serve as the capitals of the lands they're in. But no, there you go. Very well done. And Colbert, a good answer there. Number 2 is the Memphis Music Hall of Fame is located near the corner of South 2nd Street and what other thoroughfare?
Question. What is thoroughfare?
It's another word for a road.
Oh, okay.
I like using the word thoroughfare because uh, most answers that are thoroughfares often have a word like a classic post office word that means a thing that you drive on. And so
Mhm.
thoroughfare is a way you can always describe what you want to talk about without saying the magic word, if that makes sense.
Nice. Makes sense. Yeah, this is definitely the one that I did not really have much of a guess on. The Memphis Hall of Fame. Which Hall of Fame was it?
The Memphis Music Hall of Fame.
Memphis Music Hall of Fame. I don't know. Bourbon Street. That's New Orleans. God, there's got to be some like famous street in Memphis that I'm not aware of. Yeah, sorry, everybody. This one's not
Yeah.
to me.
You have not visited Memphis. You were right. There is a famous street in Memphis that is known for blues music and jazz music, and it's I'll give you a hint. The name of this thoroughfare was in the title of a Oscar-nominated film in the last 2 years. Even though the film was not set in Memphis, it was.
Beale Street.
That is right. Beale Street is the name of the film.
Yeah. By the way, quick side note: I got the draft up here. Brian Edwards, Gamecock wide receiver, just got picked by Oakland. I got a little excited because they were showing Dallas pick is in plus Brian Edwards highlights. I was like, oh, did they get him? But
is it Oakland or Vegas?
Oh wait, yeah, Oakland, yeah, Las Vegas, the Raiders. Excuse me, the Raiders. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, they're
That's
changing.
weird.
Beale Street, exactly right. That is.
Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I just saw.
All right,
it.
yeah.
Shout out to Gamecocks.
Number 3. Let's see. I got my visor. Where was it? I've been Oh, here it is. I've been wearing this Gamecock visor because it's fun. I get to have that. I like the fake hair, like when you buy the visor and it has all the hair coming up the top. I now have long enough hair where it looks like it could, they're not frosted tips, but it's fun to have it's fun to have.
You've got the Steve Spurrier hat, and I've got the Joe Morrison hat.
Right. So I like having because I like to wear a hat, but now since my hair is long, I don't want to have like real sweaty hair when I go do a walk. So the visor is a good way to make a compromise on that.
Wouldn't want your hair to be sweating.
Exactly. Sweaty hair is not fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 3. During the World War I want you to name the 4 nations that made up the Quadruple Alliance, also known as the Central Powers. I asked you, this is your exact neck of the woods.
Okay. You know what's funny? Before school got cut out, I was teaching my 7th graders about this. So if I don't get this, that's going to be kind of sad. So let's start off with the big boys, the Germans.
Germany is one of them.
Let's see. Austria-Hungary.
Austria-Hungary is one of them.
Okay. Germany, Austria-Hungary. Italy. Wait, well, that's weird because they switched. Italy switched. Are you counting Italy?
This is about the Quadruple Alliance, which is a set group of folks.
Yeah, and this is another one of those moments where I should know it and I don't. So Italy's not on there?
I will say Italy is not one of the 4.
Yeah, because they switched. Dang. Why can't I think of this? For some reason, Germany and Austria-Hungary are like the only ones coming to my head. Serbia? No.
No.
No, that's not right. Oh, God. Give me a hand. This is sad. I feel embarrassed right now.
I knew this is a hard question, and I knew that you'd have to, because the 2 you named are the 2 obvious big powers of the First World War. The one of the 2 that you have not said was known as the Sick Man of Europe. Is a famous phrase about this location that would not live much longer after World War I.
Oh, damn it. The Ottoman Empire.
That's
Jesus.
right.
God.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The last one, I don't know.
I will say it's the capital of Sofia.
The capital of Sofia.
Yeah, the capital of this country is Sofia.
Oh. I don't know.
It is Bulgaria. Is the fourth member of the Quadruple Alliance.
Yeah, that
No.
one hurts. That one hurts.
Yeah, I knew Germany, Austria, Hungary. That's it. I'm not sure. I mean, I knew those two, but then coming with Ottoman Empire and Bulgaria would not be as But like, who remembers Bulgaria's contribution to the First World War? So
Yeah, we didn't focus on that very heavily.
no, yeah. Germany takes up the
Still,
limelight.
though, I should have got that.
Yeah.
That's pathetic. All right, let's move
I
on.
want to have a good social studies question. I thought that was a good question.
Okay.
There you go. Number 4 is while the eggplant emoji may eventually get one, there are 2 emojis that have their own Wikipedia page. What are those 2 emojis?
I don't have much of a lead here other than just like the most commonly used ones. So is like the laughing one, the laughing with the tears, is that one of them?
That is one of them. The laughing, crying one is one of them. It was a word of the year about like 4 years ago or so. Like it was some big.
I assume it's the most commonly used one. It seems to be. And you said there was eggplant is not, but it might be one day.
I mean, just because like it wouldn't shock me.
Oh, I know what it is. It's the peach, probably.
It is not the peach. In the same, I think the eggplant emoji will get one before the peach emoji gets its own Wikipedia page. This is a weird statement. But yeah, the other emoji is a very famous emoji.
A very famous emoji. Can you is it like an item or is it of a person's face?
Strangely enough, it's both.
Is something like the clown emoji?
Nope.
No.
It's not that. A strange hint is Sir Patrick Stewart was the voice of this emoji in the Emoji Movie.
I heard that was like the worst movie ever made.
I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying this is a fact about that movie.
I just want to throw that out there. Patrick Stewart. I don't know. It's not like alien. I don't know.
No, this emoji's shape is triangular in shape. And I haven't told you its color yet, which would probably crack this one wide open.
How am I missing this? Like
the color of this emoji.
It's triangular.
Yes.
And it's got a face on it.
Yes.
This hurt.
Let me tell you another.
Clearly, I'm just having like a brain block right now. What is it? What's the color?
The color of this emoji is brown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the human feces with the smiling human feces emoji.
That's right. The poop emoji is the other one that has its own Wikipedia.
Well, we don't know that it's human feces. It could easily be another animal's.
That is fair. I don't know what the official stance of the emoji group is whose poop is it, but we do know that it is poop. And but yeah, so there you go. It's you said object and face, and it's one of the very few examples of it having both.
Yeah, that's why. That's sort of where I got thrown off. I don't know what I was thinking. Why would it have its own Wikipedia page?
People, because it's like, because it serves as like, because it comes up. People know like the history of the poop emoji because it's so weird. Like I think talking about its popularity and like the history of it and controversies. Yeah, that's weird. Apparently. See, also, Mr. Hanky is one of the things you could also go to. Apparently, on the poop emojis.
That's pretty funny.
Poop emoji. There you go. That is it. And number 5 is You Know What's Gonna Keep Me Warm? That's right, Those Degrees. Kanye's debut 2004 album, The College Dropout, is a reference to his own dropping out of Chicago State University. But what is the only place of higher learning mentioned by name on the album? As a hint, this school is not located in Chicago. So looking for a school that is mentioned by name.
It's not coming to me right offhand, but I've listened to that album many, many times, so I should be able to come up with this.
And just making sure, like, it has to be the name of it. Like, it's not, it can't be like Brown, or I like saying Brown Rice is my famous example, because both Brown and Rice are names of, you know. So it can't be like Rice was mentioned and that's
yeah, I understand. Damn. Is it in one of the skits where he's just talking?
No, this is actually in a song.
One of the songs? Yeah.
This is not one of the skits.
Bart. Yeah, it's impossible to go through the entire album in my head at one time. Can you tell me what song it's from?
I will tell you, this is from Get 'Em High.
You said Get 'Em High?
Yep.
Okay. Oh wait, he says community. Is it just community college?
No, this, if it's got to be the name of a location, so it can't just be like, I think he has some phrase like community college and names like that in a couple of his songs, but this is the name of a location. Like, this is a proper name of a.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Oh man, this hurts. I'm gonna miss. Dang.
I thought this was a really great.
God, I just can't think of the line. I know that song. I just. I don't know.
So this is in the verse talking about his then girlfriend Sameki Rainey.
Mm-hmm.
And the line talks about that she's from Kansas.
Oh, NYU. Dang.
That's it.
NYU, but she hails from Kansas.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah. 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 Yep.
I was trying to think, like, I went to the lyrics. I didn't know that was gonna be an answer. I thought, how many colleges are mentioned in The College Dropout? That was what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder if any are. And then I started looking at all the lyrics. NYU's on there, and no other school was mentioned by name. And I was like, there's your question. And as far as I can tell, that's never been asked before, but I think that's a very solid question. And yeah.
That's kind of a tough song to remember all the words, because there's a lot.
Yeah, this is why it's the hard round. This is the hard round here, and so I was like, you got to have some.
Yeah, we were already on the second round. So
yeah, I was like it's a line. So like that's not even like one of the underlined lyrics in Genius.com. Like it's
no, it's a quick little, like, he just says it and moves on. It's not like it's a big moment or anything. It's just sort of.
It's the only school mentioned on The College Dropout is NYU.
Nice.
There you go. And
nice. That's a good question. Wish I'd thought of it.
So in that round, I will say you earned strong half points all the way around. And
sounds good. Well, I got 3 out of 4 on.
You know what? Yeah. We'll make that. So we'll make that 3.
Not that I'm gonna get semantic about it, but yeah.
No. There we go. You get 3 points on all that. There's very loose grading when I'm doing my grading here. So there you go.
Yeah.
But no.
Yep.
NYU. So that is a good Kanye trivia question that I don't think has ever been asked before. And so there you go. That is feel free to stump any Kanye friends of yours with that very good piece of.
Oh, I certainly will.
That's good. All righty. So, round
Oh,
two.
here we go. All right, let me grab my other computer here. All right, let me scroll down. Round 2, hard. Okay. But like I said earlier, I started off more balanced, and it starts getting more and more entertainment based. But I was like, you know what? That's just how it's gonna be. So to get it rolling here, round 2. Number 1. Harry Potter readers know that Order of the Phoenix is the longest book in the series. What is the longest film in the series by runtime? Number 2. In honor of tonight's NFL Draft, Day 2, LSU's Joe Burrow was picked first overall to Cincinnati. He also won the Heisman Trophy and won the College Football National Championship this year. Name the only other player in history, the only other player to do that in this century. There's only one other that's done that in the 21st century. Okay, yes. Number 3. In the first song of Johnny Cash's legendary live album performance at Folsom Prison, Cash sings that he shot a man in Reno just so Cash could do what? Number 4. The Wilhelm scream sound effect has been used countless times in movies and TV over the years, as we well know. What 1951 Western starring Gary Cooper first used this sound? And that's number 4. And for my theme question, I typed and backspace this question a lot because I was trying to condense it down and make it sound the most or the least jumbled for me and you will get it, but just the least jumbled up because it was sort of sounding kind of clunky. But here we go. In the Nickelodeon series Avatar: The Last Airbender, Aang meets a guru named Patik to unlock his 7 chakras located throughout different parts of the body. He is unable to unlock the 7th and final chakra called the Thought chakra. When I say thought, that's THOUGHT.
That's how I figured that thought was going to be.
Okay, yeah, I'm just making sure. Yeah.
It was spelled with a 4-letter name. It's
yeah, it wasn't that. Yeah.
THOUGHT.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, he is unable to unlock the 7th and final chakra called the Thought chakra, which deals with pure cosmic energy, because it is naturally blocked by earthly attachment. In which part of the body is this chakra located? So I'm gonna say that one again. Just
we'll go through all.
We'll come back. It's a long, kind of clunky question, but I tried to trim it down the best I could.
So those are the 5 questions. You're thinking about. Take a pause, and we'll start right from the top. So here we go. Number 1.
Here we go. Resume. Number 1. Harry Potter readers know that Order of the Phoenix is the longest book in the series. What is the longest film in the series by runtime?
What a straightforward, good question. There's only 8 answers here.
Yep. It's a hard question, but luckily you have choices.
Yes. I like to say when I'm hosting trivia, I say it's multiple choice if you know what the choices are. Is how I'll say that, because if it's
exactly.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you the choices, but you should know what the choices are, and it's one of those. So which one's the longest film in the series?
Yep. And it's not like it beat out another one by 1 minute. It's like,
yeah,
a somewhat significant amount of time that it's longer than the number 2.
Right.
And obviously this is not including deleted scenes or anything.
Right. No, yeah. This is,
theatrical cut.
Right. I got a couple of guesses. I'm almost positive the answer is either 4, 5, 6, or first part of 7. I don't think it's any of the first 3. And I'm almost sure the second one is not as long as the 7.2 is not as long as 7.1. I'm not sure if 7.1 is the longest, but I'm pretty sure 7.2 is shorter than 7.1. I think, but I'm not sure that's right. So I think it's one of those four.
Yeah. I don't really have a hint for you, but
No, you just gotta kind of talk it out.
I can narrow one. I do have somewhat of a decent.
Let me just go into this. I'm going to. Which movie is this going to be? 6 feels. 7 feels long. Maybe 7.2 is shorter because 7.1. Because 7.1, how that's taking care of the whole. That's taking care of the whole franchise. But 6. Because they travel the most. You got usually movies that are longer often go to more than one location. You can't have a 3-hour movie set in one place. You gotta, people.
Exactly. It can't be a bottle episode.
You can't be a bottle episode. Tell your disappointment to suck it. I don't know this is right, but I like either 6 or 7.1. I'm going to guess Deathly Hallows Part 1 is my guess here.
That is incorrect. Let me start by saying the longest book, as I said earlier, is Order of the Phoenix, which is actually the shortest movie.
But I knew that was. I was not going to say Order of the Phoenix is my answer because I knew it was like that would be.
Yeah, I got you.
That would be bad.
Yeah, but contrary to what you were saying and what many might believe, the longest one by about 12 minutes is actually Chamber of Secrets.
Dang.
Yes. Yep. I can't remember the exact number, but it's about 12 minutes longer than I think Azkaban is the next longest one. It's crazy. Like that's actually the longest one. I was surprised by that.
That is wild.
Well, I mean, I already knew it, but back when I learned it, I was surprised by it.
Yeah. I would not have guessed.
Yeah, so good. I felt like that was in the right category on the hard.
No, yeah, that's a very, very solid, good question. That,
right. Yeah, it's a little bit of a shocker, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. Oh, here's a fun one. And I learned this last night when I was watching the first round of the draft. Question two. In honor of tonight's NFL Draft Day 2, LSU's Joe Burrow was picked first overall to Cincinnati last night. He also won the Heisman Trophy. Let me just move this. He also won the Heisman Trophy and won the College Football National Championship in this same year. Okay, and remember, the qualifier is you have to win Heisman, National Championship winner, and then you get picked first overall.
Right.
There's been, quick thing. 4 players have done it all time. 2 of them were in the 40s, so who cares? But the other one that was in this century, that's the one I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. That's the one that you should know, or that people have heard of. So, yeah, just think about people that won the Heisman Championship and then went first overall.
Yeah. See, this is a good.
I like it. Yeah. I didn't put a whole bunch of sports questions. In fact, this is the only one.
I feel rusty on my winners of things. This is a thing where if you could compare the 2 lists of draft number 1's Heisman winners, a straightforward collection of things. I wish you have to narrow it down a little bit more and know who won the championship and whatnot. Man,
right.
I don't want to say somebody that's I'm not going to feel great about this. I can name a few people that I'm pretty sure this century, there's unfortunately been 20 years of this century.
Right. So, it's not like a long time.
So I'm not sure.
The only real hint I feel like would be good would be to tell you the year.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want you to give me that. That's That'll become. Let's come out. Me and get my guess first. I feel like Reggie Bush was close. I feel like he would have had, but I'm not sure he was number one. I think he won a Heisman, and I'm pretty sure he won the famous game over Texas. I think that's right. Maybe I'm misremembering that history. Will's looking at me like that's wrong.
I think you definitely are.
Did Texas win that game?
They certainly did.
Yeah, that was Vince.
Yeah, remember the Sports Illustrated cover was Vince Young and the confetti, and it's just
That's
like,
right. And Texas won that, not USC. That was
all right.
that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
I was a younger man back then.
In my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, championships of all time. Just perfect game, really. Yep.
What's this going to be? This isn't great, but I'm trying to think of my number one picks that have won Heisman's. I think that's I'm actually not sure this guy even was a first overall, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to guess. I don't know. This team didn't win a national championship. That's I'm almost positive this team didn't win a national championship.
It's gonna hurt you when I say it.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Marcus Mariota. That's not right, but I'm going to say that.
Yeah, they lost in the championship.
Yeah.
He also went second overall in 2015. Okay.
It's not RG3, is it?
It's not. Baylor did not win the championship.
Yeah.
But he did have the other two. All right, you want to know the year?
Yes.
2010.
Who is this? Who's the 2010?
Okay, I'll give you another quick hint. There was the 2010 season. This player was able to win the championship, much to the chagrin of Gamecock fans, because we played them twice that year.
It's not Cam, is it? No.
Yeah, it's Cam.
I truly didn't remember that Cam was a number one pick. I did not.
Yep.
I thought Cam, but I knew Cam. I was one of my choices there, but I really did not remember that Cam was a number one draft pick. That's the only thing that I did not have.
Yeah, it's wild. He was the number one pick 10 years ago. I can remember walking to class and talking to Campbell about the Panthers going to get Cam first overall, and it's probably,
But yeah,
crazy that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I really don't remember that Cam was number one pick. Just didn't remember that at all. That's man, that's good.
Yep. And he is one of four players to ever do it. Well, one of two in the common era. So Joe
I
Burrow
feel
now
like
was
the other two players were Northwestern and
it was some guys that probably didn't even play a whole lot of NFL football.
Exactly.
It wasn't them that I reckon. It was one from the 40s, one from the 60s or 50s or something.
Sure. Yeah. There you go, Cam. I had forgotten. Dang.
Yep. That was a fun one. I learned that last night. Here we go. So good job. Good deal there. Let's see. Number 3. Okay. In the first song on Johnny Cash's legendary live album performance at Folsom Prison, Cash sings that he shot a man in Reno just so that Cash could do what?
Man, this is famous.
And yeah, that's the thing. It's a lyrics question, which I guess that's fair and all, but I kind of you did ask me one, but to be fair, it was a Kanye question. It's not like you just love Johnny Cash like that or anything.
This is one of them famous ones though. Even the shooting a man in Reno is famous, but yeah. What's this gonna be?
Yeah, if you haven't heard it before, it doesn't ring a bell. Just sort of think about what would kind of make sense. Why would you kill a person?
I'm gonna guess feel something.
That's not too terribly far off, but the correct answer is I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Oh, that's exactly right. Man.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's a bummer. That's exactly
I was a little bit worried. I was like, well, is that too obscure? I was like, well, it seems like a famous line.
That's famous.
So I went with it.
I'm bothered. That's annoying.
Well, I'm glad you think it was a good question. I
That's a
was
very
worried
good
it might
question.
fall flat.
A very good question I'm annoyed about.
Yeah, that's a pretty good album. And I'm no Johnny Cash enthusiast or anything, but it's pretty good. All right, here we go. The Wilhelm scream the Wilhelm scream sound effect has been used countless times in movies and TV over the years. What 1951 Western starring Gary Cooper first used this sound?
I think. I mean, I'm not going to question your research. I thought it came from a war movie, and then it's been used in other movies. I thought because
Well,
this might be the first movie that's used it. It might be the first movie that's used this.
I mean, what I was looking at, it sort of laid it out there. It was a 51 movie called, this, and then there was like a 53 movie. Well, I think this one also is like somewhat war related. I mean, it's a Western, but lots of Westerns are about war.
Man, 51. So, 51. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this movie didn't come out in 51. But Gary Cooper, I feel like it came out in the 50s. This movie came out in the early 50s. I know Gary Cooper is in it. I'm going to guess, of course it's a Western, I'm going to guess High Noon.
Nope.
What is?
Yeah, this one might kind of be too hard.
Wait, is it? That's a war movie. That's actually a war movie. Let's say something about Billy Mitchell is the name of a movie that Gary Cooper's in from the 50s. And then I know that Henry and Frank talk about it in one scene because it's because Frank talks about how you mean the first baseman because he plays because Gary Cooper plays Lou Gehrig in another movie, so they're kind of
yeah.
Yeah,
that's a funny scene.
What? You got any more details about this movie that isn't the title?
That's the thing. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot about it. I kind of wanted to do a Wilhelm scream question.
Yeah.
So I sort of just looked up what was the first movie that used it, and that's basically all I got. I don't have a whole lot of background knowledge on this.
3:10 to Yuma. That's not it.
Nah.
What is this going to be? I don't know.
It's called Distant Drums.
Yeah, I'm sure. So,
yeah. I'm sorry.
That
one was. So I was iffy on that one, but I wanted to use it. Just I don't know. For some reason, I thought that might be something that you would just have looked up one time.
I know I've seen that. I know I've looked up the history of the Wilhelm scream. Yeah, and I didn't know that name. I'm not. Yeah, the movie might be more famous for that than.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what it is.
High Noon is a standalone famous movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But Distant Drums.
I just remembered you just talking about You've definitely mentioned the Wilhelm scream before. I was like, that might be something that he would know.
Yeah,
it is the hard round.
I should. Yeah. Once you know about it, every movie you watch, it comes up, and it's like, oh, that's nice, because it's in every movie now.
Exactly. It's like, oh, there it is. All right, yeah, Distant Drums. That was a tough one. All right, here I'm going to reread, hopefully, and make it a little bit clear if it wasn't already, the Avatar question. All right. Yeah, I went a little bit back and forth on this question just to sort of figure out, okay, well, which specific part am I going to ask about? But this is what I went with, and hopefully it's the right choice. All right. In the Nickelodeon series Avatar, The Last Airbender, Aang meets a guru named Patik in order to unlock his 7 chakras located in different parts of the body. He is unable to unlock the 7th and final chakra called the Thought Chakra, which deals with pure cosmic energy. He was unable to unlock it because of what blocks it is earthly attachment. And I'm sure you know what the attachment was. The question is, what part of the body is this chakra located? And you had to be specific. If you say
I figured. Is it the crown of the head?
Boom, you got it.
Boom, absolutely.
Right here. I thought you might say head, and I was like, because the previous chakra is forehead.
Right. Yeah.
I couldn't count that. I couldn't count his head, but you said crown of the head. Good memory there. Yeah. That I can tell. That's just you thinking about the episode and remembering.
Yeah.
That's what the guru said.
I get word for word exactly.
Yeah, because they're on top of the temple.
Yep. Very rustic, beautiful location. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, this chakra deals with pure cosmic. I can't do. I don't want to do an Indian accent.
Oh,
Pure
wait.
cosmic energy.
Yes, good call.
And-
Speaking of
and,
Avatar, you know it's on Netflix soon.
It's coming on Netflix.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, you know that.
Oh, they're making a thing like a
Right.
remake.
So it's good that Netflix is getting around to putting the thing they're spending a lot of money on also
Yeah.
on their thing.
Yeah, they took it off of Amazon, I think.
Well, that might be part of it. It wouldn't shock me.
That's been up for a while now. Yeah.
I still get mad. This is unrelated to Avatar. I still get mad when you can't find Wet Hot American Summer on Netflix because Netflix made 2 TV shows about that movie, and they won't even have the actual movie on Netflix every now and then.
It's so weird how they'll take movies on and off. I swear to God, Pulp Fiction, it's like it's a one day on, one day off. I swear, like I've never seen a movie like flip flop so much being on or off Netflix.
But one thing about different movies, but I swear, if your company spends a lot of intellectual property making spin-offs based on your thing, like in my mind, if Netflix is making an Avatar new show, then that means Avatar should live on Netflix forever. And I'll be mad if it goes somewhere else one day, you know? Like, but then again, wait till Quibi is showing The Office, Game of Thrones, and The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on their platform. Like it has all 3 of those. It's all going to be on. Is it Quibi? Kiwi? I never get it right.
What are you trying to say?
Quibi, Quibi.
I don't even know what that is.
Good for you. We'll talk about that later. That is great. You don't even know what it is. That is funny.
I've literally never heard of that.
That is hilarious.
Right.
So in that, I think I'll take my Avatar question was right, and I don't think I earned enough halves to pick up anywhere else. So
yeah, the rest of them were sort of like you had to get it exactly.
But no, it was very good. It was very good questions, and I've enjoyed doing this series because people have good questions worth asking. And it's like, I love hearing the answers where it's like, yeah, probably should have known that. And I can hopefully walk away from these, these trivia nights, with the things that are worth knowing. And those are all.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. You definitely have asked me some where it's like, oh man, that's,
yeah,
you can feel it,
Yeah.
Is it possible we could do a quick break? Like I could be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, you go for it. And then.
All right, sounds good. Do you like edit this out or whatever?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking. So.
All right, sounds good. I'll be back, everybody. One sec.
Hopefully your day is going well. The main thing I can tell you right now is make sure you keep checking the cdc.gov website and keep making sure you are doing what you need to do. I will say that I now have some mask that my parents sent me, which is all very good that I look forward to wearing when I go back outside one day. Don't know when that's going to be. I'm very fortunate that I'm able to have groceries delivered. But going outside, that's where the bad place is. Stay inside. And I've been washing my hands, taking care of myself. And I've learned that you can take a sock and you can make your own mask if you have some socks you want to get rid of. You cut it like gutting a fish down the top of it, and then you can put 2 little dips on each side. You can wear it just like that. It's a mask, and that works if you go outside. And I personally am avoiding outside. That's no. That's where people died outside. In general, the Civil War happened outside. That's what I famously have said about it. So. Hopefully you were staying inside with your loved ones and kin, and hopefully showing them this family-friendly trivia game for everyone to enjoy. But let's see.
All right, we're back.
All right, so here we go. Got 5 questions for you.
Here we go.
All right, so
is it crazy hard or super hard?
Yeah, crazy hard is what I've been using. Ben from Boston, he cleverly came up with a new grading system where it's mild, fire, and Diablo are the levels, which is
nice. I like the free throw 3-point half court. That thing.
Exactly. I think
that's a good analogy. Yeah. Whenever I was typing mine out, I had it written down. I typed super hard. What is it? Super hard or crazy hard? Not that it matters, but
just to see what can be asked. So here we go. This is your hard questions here. And speaking of free throw, 3-pointers, and half-court shots. So, got to have a jersey question in here.
Woo. I thought this was
While Michael Porter and Bobby Portis is close, who are the only two players in the 2019-2020 season who wear the number 1 jersey that have the same surname? Number 2. It's a 2-part question here.
hold on. Well, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Number 2 is, of the 8 planets in our solar system, which one is the densest at 5.5 grams per cubic centimeter? And which one is the least dense at 0.7 grams per cubic centimeter? Number 3, one of Ella Fitzgerald's best-known recordings was what song? The signature tune of the Duke Ellington Orchestra, whose lyrics state that the title conveyance is the quickest way to Harlem. Number 4, serving as first president of the Continental Congress from September to October 1774, who is sometimes considered the first president of the United States. He died in October 1775 before the Declaration was signed. And number 5 is, in 2017, Kanye sold his home in Hollywood Hills for around $3 million.
Sorry, what year?
2017.
Okay.
Sold his home in Hollywood Hills for around $3 million. The decorations in his home included a life-size Buzz Lightyear, Andy Warhol paintings, a painting of the Big Boy restaurant logo, and 6 paintings featuring cartoon characters. Name any 5 of those 6 cartoon characters. So those are the 5 questions in round 3.
Wow.
Thinking about it, take a pause, but we'll go back up to the top. So number 1 in round 3 is, while Michael Porter and Bobby Portis is close, it just sounds similar, you know, who are the only 2 players in the 2019-2020 season who wear the number 1 jersey that have the same surname?
What do you mean when you say number 1 jersey?
Their jersey is the 1 jersey. They wear the number 1.
Literally the number 1.
Yeah.
No
jersey sales numbers.
Okay.
Yes, that's not a thing.
I'm looking for 2 players that wear the number 1.
Yes, and they have the same surname.
And there's only 2 of them that wear that number?
Yeah, a number of players.
Oh, the only 2 that have the same last name.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking for.
This is from basketballreference.com, which is a very fair place to.
Yeah. I guess I trust them.
They're probably right about this.
Yeah. Okay. There's 2 players with the same last name that wear the number 1 from this current season or last season?
This current season.
Okay.
The one that is ongoing. Quotation marks.
Yeah. Funny, just to give the people listening a quick little background on number questions. I sort of I don't know. I don't study them. I watch a lot of sports, and when I watch a game, it doesn't take me very long to remember, that player wears the number so-and-so, right? I mean, I can get Chris to just list off players, like obscure players. I'll tell you the number, and it's a pretty fun little game.
A lot of watching NBA, playing a lot of 2K.
Yeah, 2K will really help you. But eventually, Chris sort of figured out, like, okay, I need to make this harder because he clearly just knows everybody's number. So you have to add extra layers like this one.
That's right.
So
it wouldn't be fun. Easy question.
Yeah. If you had just asked me what is
that's boring.
What number did Ronnie Turiaf wear in 2008? I mean, I could tell you 21, but I mean that wouldn't mean anything.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Number 1. There's not a whole lot of players that wear number 1. I mean, surprise. You would think there'd be more. They had the same name. They're not related, are they?
They're not related. I looked into that to make sure because I wanted to make sure about that.
I'm just trying to think of teams, I guess. Man, this is going to be a tough one. I guess that's why it's in the crazy hard category.
Exactly.
Players that wear the number uno. Can you just could you maybe give me like the team that one of them plays for? Maybe not both, just one of them.
I will tell you that both teams are in the Western Conference.
Okay, well that helps. That helps. Okay. It's not Lee, is it?
That is the surname.
There we go.
Who are the two players?
That's the thing. I don't even know. I know there's a player for the Warriors that wears number 1. But one of them's for the Warriors, right?
That is right.
Is it Damian Lee?
That
his
is
name?
correct.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know anything about him. I just know that he wears number 1. Who would the other one be? Who would the other one be? Just Courtney Lee doesn't still play, does he?
He does for
does?
the Mavericks.
Memphis? Oh.
No, Dallas is, and
Courtney. Wow.
Courtney Lee and Damian Lee both wear the number 1 this year, and that is
Nice.
There's a million Lees, and that is the name in question. Very
Nice.
well done.
Wow, I did not know Courtney Lee was still in the league.
Yeah, so you came on that. There you go. Very well.
Something every day. Wow. That's a good one. I somehow got. I did not think I was gonna get it. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess the Western thing helped a little bit. I did seem to get it right afterwards, but
Yeah, very well done. Exactly right. So moving away from the NBA, going to space. So of the 8 planets in the solar system, which one is the densest at 5.5 grams per cubic centimeter, and which one is the least dense at 0.7 grams per cubic centimeter? I'll give you a quick hint. The dense one is one of the rock ones, and the least dense one is one of the gas ones. If
I had that part.
got that science down, that's
okay. Venus for the most dense.
because they say Venus for the most dense.
And
I won't tell you what's
right. I got you. I'm worried that it's Earth, but I'm gonna go with Venus. I know Venus's atmosphere is like super dense, but as far as the actual planet itself, I don't know how exactly dense it is. But I'm gonna guess that it's more dense than Earth. And as far as the gas giant, let's go with. And that's the thing. Let's just go with Jupiter. Maybe it's so big that all the mass has sort of like spread out.
Gotcha.
Let's go with Venus and Jupiter.
Venus and Jupiter. So going to the least dense first. So the 0.7 grams per cubic centimeter, that's notable because it's less than 1. And the famous fact about this planet is that if you had a body of water large enough, this planet would float because it has a density less than water, because water's density is 1, and this planet's density is 0.
Right.
The planet in question here is Saturn, is the planet here.
I was gonna say that too. God, that was my first thought.
Yeah,
I was like, oh well. Dang it.
Is that good? And so the other,
I was like, well, maybe it's Jupiter because Jupiter's bigger, and therefore it's like.
No, sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's And the other question is about the most dense planet at 5.5 grams per cubic centimeter. You said Venus. Thought Earth might be it, but you went with Venus instead. The answer to this question, it is Earth.
I knew it. I knew it was going to be Earth, but I wanted to go with Venus anyway.
That's right. I don't know. Let's see. Density of planets. I didn't have this written down.
Chris, you're my density.
That's right. Let's see. Densities of planets. This is all just numbers on an Excel sheet. We don't know. We've never been there.
Yeah.
How do we know?
You're telling me somebody has dug to the center of Venus and found out how dense it was? Nah.
It's all very close though. It looks like Earth 5.5, Mercury 5.4, Venus 5.2, Mars 3.9, and then
So it's basically the same.
Yeah, it's all
between Earth
basically
and Venus.
exactly. And
But I
then
do know for a fact that their atmosphere is way denser than
exactly. And then the other ones 1.7 Neptune, 1.6 Uranus, 1.3 Jupiter, 0.7 Saturn. So there you go. But yeah, Earth
Nice.
is the most dense planet in our solar system. It's fun to ask questions about the solar system where the answer is Earth because people don't.
Yeah.
People.
I want to say somebody has even asked me that question before, and it was probably you a while back. But clearly it didn't stick. So
hopefully now you know. Now that
yeah. Now I do.
I want a good space question. As you wrote an award-winning essay one time about.
Technically, the essay was actually just about Earth.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, and just so everybody at home knows what we're talking about, and maybe our mom will watch this as well. But when I was in 8th grade, our science class had to write a paper about one of the planets of the solar system. You know, and people got random ones, but I just happened to get Earth. I mean, I assume other people did too, because there's more than 9 kids in the class. Back then, Pluto was still a planet. So anyway, I got Earth, and I wrote a 4-page paper. I put a lot of work into it. I typed it up on Word like 97 on our old desktop, and I made like over a 100. It was like, I don't want to flex or anything, but as far as like 8th graders go, it was a pretty damn near perfect paper about Earth. It was so good to the point where our mom accused me of plagiarism. Like she was like, "You plagiarized this." I'm like, "No," and I will right hand to the man. To this day, I did not cheat on that paper. I mean, I don't even like remember looking stuff up. I was sort of just typed it. Anyway, so
I will say
weird flex, but okay.
That's right. I will say that you did get one of the planet we have most information about is Earth. That is the one.
That's fair. That's fair. If it had been like Uranus or something, I would have been like, I don't know.
I truly don't remember much of the controversy other than it happened. I don't know how good your prose was. I just assume it was great in that time. There you go. So I want to have a good Earth question in our set there. So there you go.
Yeah.
You're one planet off each time. It was just one away, a neighbor of.
Yep.
Number 3 was one of Ella Fitzgerald's best-known recordings was what song? The signature tune of the Duke Ellington Orchestra, whose lyrics state that the tidal conveyance is the quickest way to Harlem. Will, you like jazz?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much here.
You want to take a guess what this might be? Tidal conveyance?
What is? Nah, I don't really know. Sorry.
It is Take the A Train.
I was gonna say Midnight Train to Georgia.
There you go. It is, that was not Duke Ellington, but a very fine guess. Take the A Train. And but yeah.
Oh man.
I asked this question at Bulldog, and one team put Take the B Train, which was so close. That is so incredibly close to the right answer. But they had it was one letter off. Take the A Train was the song there. All right. Number 4 is serving as the first president of the Continental Congress from September to October 1774. Who is sometimes considered the first president of the United States? He died in October 1775 before the Declaration was signed.
I believe the man that we sometimes consider to be the first president would be George Washington.
What a bold strategy that he died in 1775. That definitely feels right about American history, that he died in 1775.
Yeah. Oh man. Dang. Died in 75.
I'm gonna let you know this is hard. This person is arguably known for this fact because sometimes you ask it's like a trick question you can ask. It's like, who was the first president? And because like the American government was the Continental Congress and he was the first president of it, he could technically be the first president of the United States. Like,
Yeah.
the famous
But-
person, John Hancock, was the fourth president of the Continental Congress. And he's the one that's best remembered because in 76, the Declaration was drafted.
Can you tell me what state he was from?
He was from Virginia, and in fact was a House of Burgesses member, which I guess everyone would have been, if you were.
Right.
This is a hard fact, I will say.
But it's at least somebody that I've probably heard of. Well, maybe.
I mean, it would not hurt if you'd never heard of his name. It wouldn't be. I would not be shocked. This is a hard nugget. Like, he's not a framer. He didn't sign our Declaration of the Constitution. So
Right.
he's like a guy all that crowd would have known, but he died before all the real things took place. So
Yeah, I keep thinking back to the movie the musical 1776. So wait, he's not in that because
he would have died before that.
dead.
He would have died a year before, and so
Um,
but everybody in that movie would have known this guy, but at the meetings, but he just died a year ago. So
I'm not gonna get it. But go ahead and tell me.
well, if I told you his first name was Peyton, would that help?
Peyton Manning.
It is, and sadly, Peyton Manning was not one of the Continental Congress representatives.
If he had been, the capital of the USA would be Omaha.
That's true. That is, which makes sense geographically. It would have been, center to the entire country.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that doesn't. I don't know. Peyton what?
It's Peyton Randolph is this man's name. And yeah, he was like I said, it's just like a fact about early colonial history, and he just so he was the first and third president of Continental Congress.
Nice.
Henry Middleton of South Carolina was number.
Yeah, I definitely know him.
And then John Hancock was number 4, and he was just like a guy who was mad about the Townshend Acts, and he helped draft the letter that they sent to George III famously. That was
Right. Yeah.
but he died at age 54 from let's see, from old days. It looks like I don't see
Oh, great! It's the old days.
yeah, I don't really see a reason why other than he did 5-hour
It
fit.
was his time.
Let's see. It was his time, exactly. He returned as a Virginia delegate, but suffered a 5-long-hour fit of apoplexy and died while dining with Thomas Jefferson in Philadelphia on October 22nd, 1775. So
TJ killed him.
that's right. It looks like Jefferson was there when he died.
Murder.
So there you go. But apoplexy. So there you go. That's
I
what.
don't even know what that is. I've heard of it, but I don't even know what that is.
I mean, you've heard of like apoplectic, like when someone's apoplectic, it's like they shut down. Like apoplectic shock is like when your body just kind of like freezes. Apoplexy is like it's the word of what you get is apoplexy. Like that's and he died. So there you go.
Nice.
Peyton Randolph might have been our first president, and that's the thing I'm saying. There you go. But
God bless America.
that's right. But moving on from our framers to a different man. In 2017, Kanye sold his home in Hollywood Hills for around $3 million. The decorations in his home include a life-size Buzz Lightyear, Andy Warhol paintings, a painting of the Big Boy restaurant logo, and 6 paintings featuring cartoon characters. Name any 5 of those 6 cartoon characters. By the way, before we go into the answer, did you see any Big Boy when we went out west? Did we ever see anything Big Boy related?
I don't think so.
I feel like Big Boy is one of those West Coast things. Maybe it's LA and not Northwest. But Big Boy, maybe
I'm not. I don't remember seeing anything like that.
I know that's that's a famous I know like LA they have like Big Boy, and that's a big deal. Maybe there's only one. Maybe there's like only one restaurant, but yeah. So can you name me?
So are they all? Is it from the? Excuse me. Is it from all from the same show or?
I will tell you. Yes, they are all from the same show.
Okay. I don't really know the answer here, but I think it might be Rick and Morty. I know. Yeah. Okay. Judging from. Okay. So yeah.
It's not Rick and Morty.
It's not.
It's
Oh,
not.
I'm really screwed now then. Betty Boop. I don't know.
So I'll give you a hint here. Is you could know this because these paintings are featured in the music video "Heartless" from 808s and Heartbreak.
Yes, I have seen that music video. It has been a while.
Yes,
It's animated, right?
it is animated, right?
Yeah.
Kanye stands in his home. It's like his home was animated in the music video, and
Right.
paintings that are real appear in the music video.
Yeah. I can picture 13-year-old me listening to that song on my iPod. Oh God. Yeah, this is hard. I don't know. Like this is just. And you said they're all from the same show?
All from the same show. These are 6 characters from the same.
Oh, is it from the Jetsons?
That is correct.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So that's, I'll give you half credit. So
Here's
now,
the thing. Here's the thing about the Jetsons is that yes, I do know that it is or was a cartoon. I also know that I have never seen a single episode and probably could not name a single character. However, I do know I can sort of describe them. There's sort of the.
Go ahead. I want you to describe the Jetsons to me.
Yeah, isn't there one where she it's like a like a sort of a maid robot and sort of like wearing maid costume?
That is definitely one of the robots from the famously the character from the Jetsons. Yes,
I'm speaking as a tail end millennial born in '96 that has never seen a.
I wrote this question. I was like, I bet Will could figure out the Jetsons, but I'm betting he may not know any.
Okay, yeah.
But the opening lyrics of the show say the names of the characters. So they're all kind of mentioned in the opening credits.
Elroy.
That is one of them. Elroy is one of the Jetsons. There's
only reason why I know that is because I think there was like a Progressive commercial recently. I think was it Progressive? That was a Jetsons.
There's definitely been a Progressive Jetsons commercial. That's I don't know if it was recent, but there has been one of those.
You know they show them for like ever. Yeah, I can definitely remember that commercial, and it's like his boy Elroy.
That's part of it. If you have any other,
that's about all I got though.
Man.
That's about all I got.
So let me go through with you the Jetsons opening.
Please do.
Meet George Jetson. His boy Elroy.
Yeah.
Daughter Judy.
Yeah.
Jane, his wife, and those are the 4 main humans of the family. And then that's 4 mentioned in the opening.
So they are humans, right? Okay.
Yeah, the 4. Those are all. They all live on Earth. Exactly. There's all. Yeah. Rosie is the maid of the Jetsons, who's the robot, and the other one is Astro the dog. Is the 6th character? Is the.
Okay, I've heard of that before. Yeah, Astro the dog.
Yep. So George, Elroy, Judy, Jane, Rosie, and Astro. You knew the Jetsons, and I was like, I am willing to bet Will does not know the names of the Jetsons. Like it was
somehow I think I pictured the music video and like the maid. I was like, wait, it's like a robot or something. Oh wait, it's the Jetsons. Yeah. Anyway, and then I was somehow able to get Elroy based off of that Progressive commercial.
You can name the Flintstone family, right? Just make sure. What's Fred's wife? Will?
Wilma.
That's right, and
Wilma.
You know the name of his child?
Isn't the dinosaur's name Dino?
Dino.
Yeah, same thing. Children have no clue.
Yeah. It's Pebbles Flintstone, and Bam Bam is Barney's, and this is my strike 2 right here of things that is like, yeah, probably should know that. What's Barney?
That's okay.
Betty Rubble, garbage, and Bam Bam is the child. So speaking of the Jetsons, do you know?
How surprised were you when I said Elroy?
That's what I was like. Will's got it. There it is. He's got Elroy in there. So Kanye really loves the Jetsons, is what I've discovered. He Well, I mean, he loved it enough where he animated his paintings into his music video, and he loved. I think he loves like the aesthetic of the Jetsons because it's very.
Yeah,
And apparently,
futuristic, basically.
yeah, apparently around 2012, 2013, looks like the same time, near the same time of his love of working with David Lynch. Apparently, Kanye went on this long Twitter rant about like he was gonna be like a creative consultant for the upcoming Jetsons movie. Like he really wanted to be a part of this, and it's unclear from like show business articles online how involved Kanye got with the movie. There has not been a movie. It keeps getting like delayed. But Kanye loves the Jetsons, and yeah, and he has he has 6 paintings, or at least in his old home, of those. Yeah, it would not shock me he's got a Rick and Morty somewhere in his current home. That would shock me.
He was posting those like animated pictures of him like in the show.
Exactly, yeah.
In the past, year or so.
I fully assume that is in current location. He has some Rick and Morty paintings somewhere. But yeah, the other ones they are in his music video, so that seemed like very fair game.
Because aren't they sort of like I don't want to say the word minimal, but sort of like it's very colorful, and it's like it's hard to describe. Sort of like
I know what like these paintings about the Jetsons.
Maybe not pop art, but
they look very pop art, but they look like the characters though. They don't look.
Yeah, it's not like it's distorted or anything. It's just a very like heavy color scheme.
But they are very pop art looking for sure. Yeah, when I was looking at it. But yeah, those are the Jetsons, and I was like, does Will know like the Jetsons theme song? And I was like,
only because of annoying ass progressive commercials.
There you go.
The reason why I probably didn't know the whole thing is because I would mute it halfway through.
There you go. Yeah, I just you did not know that. Daughter Judy, I just completely forgot you there.
No, yeah.
But you will get 1.5 on all that. So your NBA question, right?
Good. Have I gotten a single have I gotten any of the Kanye stuff right? I know I missed the college.
You got Blood on the Leaves. Exactly.
Oh yeah, true.
You have Crow on the Jetsons, and there you go.
Okay, yeah, fair enough then.
Yep. But no, yeah, it's supposed to be exactly. So 1.5.
Nice.
Yeah, very good score. It's meant to be hard, and you did very well.
Oh yeah, I'm honestly surprised I was somewhat expecting to get nothing right on that last round, but got a little something.
Very well done. The Jetsons. Watch an episode of the Jetsons, so you've watched an episode. It's not great.
I think maybe I have like part of one like 15 plus years ago.
Yeah, I know theme songs. There's no excuse for that. I don't want to hear I've never seen episode. I know a lot of TV things I've never seen any episodes of, and it's just
all the viewers watching, this is what I deal with all the time.
That's right. Learn TV cartoon theme songs, Will. What are we doing here? What are we even doing here? There you go.
Oh God. Oh, here we go. All
right. So now your last 5.
All right. So I went very heavy on entertainment this last round. I've definitely got a couple that I think you're really gonna like. Okay.
All right.
And it should be pretty hard, so we'll see.
Good.
Numero uno. Here we go. In Airplane, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar finally breaks character after young Joey tells him that his dad says Kareem doesn't really try until the playoffs. Kareem responds, quote, "Tell your old man to drag blank and blank up and down the court for 48 minutes.
I knew this was going to be the question. I knew when you started reading the question that was going to be it.
Yes. Which two? Here, not quite done. Which 2 NBA centers are missing from they're both centers, so.
Garbage.
Yep. One of them.
I'll come up with it. You let me.
Okay, yeah, I won't say anything. Yeah, I won't say
let
anything.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, yeah. You probably knew where I was going with that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get an airplane quote question by you. Just think about that for a second. All right, here we go. Here we go.
I don't like getting hurt like this.
Dose. Another movie we've seen a lot of. In Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, what is the name of the man that gives Indiana his fedora hat at the beginning of the opening flashback scene?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'll say some more about that later. All right, 3. In the Community episode Advanced Gay, the Greendale Cafeteria's Amana 5000 has what problem that Troy Barnes fixes overnight, hold on, baffling the entire elite repairman squad at the school?
God. This is all Ugh.
yeah, exactly. I like that one a lot. Okay, here we go. Number 4. In Stranger Things season 1, what Middle Earth inspired woods name do the protagonist boys claim to the police that Will got lost in? So yeah.
Okay.
And number 5, in SpongeBob SquarePants.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. In the SpongeBob SquarePants episode Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 5, what flavor ice cream does Mermaid Man order from the ice cream truck that the episode's villains were actually operating, selling exploding ice cream? I'll sort of jumble that up a little bit, but yeah.
Okay, but I got you. So, all right. So those are 5 questions about things I've watched a lot of. So, yeah. So take a pause if you want to think about this, and we will start back up at the top. Number 1.
Here we go. Okay. Reading these the second time, like we're saying them out loud, for some reason, coming into this, I thought that round 3 was my weakest round, but I actually like these questions a lot. So here we go. Without further ado, in Airplane, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar finally breaks character after young Joey tells him that his dad says Kareem doesn't really try until the playoffs. Kareem responds, quote, "Tell your old man to drag blank and blank up and down the court for 48 minutes," end quote. Which 2 NBA centers are missing from this quote?
This is trash. This is nonsense.
Yep. Oh man. Yeah.
The problem, my real problem here is that I know I should know 1. I'm not sure the second one that I've ever internalized.
I'll confirm that. So the first one, you've definitely heard of this guy before. The second one, it would not surprise me if you don't know anything about this guy.
Exactly. I think that's what I've always stuck with me, is that the second was never really burnt into my brain, but the first one is I've registered that, and I know I've said this guy's name when I've quoted this before, and yeah, see, this is the problem. Like, I couldn't remember Outcast in round 1. That's not great when it comes to this is Airplane.
I couldn't even remember the content that I was teaching our children like a month ago.
There you go.
So don't feel bad.
People forget Bulgaria. Well, Germany was the power.
Yeah, this is the guy that was teaching our children. I can't even remember it.
There you go. Tell your old man to drag.
Yep. I can give you a hint for that first player. I've got a pretty good hint for him that you might be able to get after I tell you that. The second, I don't really have a hint for the second one.
I'm gonna have to give you. I need you to give me a hint.
Okay. So the first player that you've probably heard of,
right,
went to the same college as Kareem.
UCLA.
Yeah. Or at about the same time. I mean, they weren't. I'm not sure if I don't think they overlapped. They almost did.
So this is why I like trivia like this. It makes me never forget things I should know.
Yeah. So yeah, we're thinking
The way to get questions right is to have been asked them, so you'll never forget them the first time. Is to get questions right the second time. That's why you got to.
We're thinking of an all-time great college and NBA center, played at UCLA in the 60s.
See, these are things I should know. Um,
And it's not Kareem, obviously.
it's not Malone. No, it's not. I'm sad. I might have to call this one. I'm not sure.
No problem.
What?
Okay, so in the actual quote, I'll give you a quick hint. In the actual quote, he only says their last names.
I knew that. I did know it was her
Okay,
last name.
okay.
Yeah. I must say
I
Malone,
didn't know if that was like
but I don't think it's Malone.
no.
No. Who is this?
The real quote is tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier.
I'm
So here's the
really
thing.
mad about that.
I actually thought that the answer was something. I knew Walton was right, but for some reason I thought it was Wes Unseld, the Washington Bullets center. For some reason I thought he said, yeah, exactly. Yeah, throw the pin, throw the hat. Yeah.
Throw the visor.
For some reason I thought it was Unseld and Walton, but no, it's Bob Lanier, Bill Walton and Bob Lanier. Yeah, I know a lot about the NBA and surprisingly a lot about old NBA considering how young I am. But yeah, I'm not super familiar with Bob Lanier. I'm not even sure if I'm saying his name right. Lanier, Lanier. I think so. But yeah,
that's a bummer.
yeah. Walton was the one that I had hoped you might pull out, but yeah.
I should have known. I knew Bill Walton. God, that's
Yeah. Bill Walton's a cool guy.
yeah. He's been to a lot of Grateful Dead concerts, famously. It's a part of his person.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
That's a bummer. I know people's gonna like text me about that I didn't know that question. That's
Oh God.
dang.
We're all counting on you.
That's right. People were truly counting on me, and I don't have it. All right. So let's.
Okay. So yeah, Bill Walton, Bob Lanier. Here we go. Number 2. Let me scroll up. Here we go. In Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
What is the name of the man that gives Indiana his fedora hat at the end of the opening flashback scene?
So this is the Indy-looking guy. I mean, he
looks kind of like in you lost it, kid.
He's wearing
That doesn't mean you had to like it.
wearing the black
leather
jacket.
Guy. Yeah.
He's
Now
leading his group at Arches National Park.
Yeah.
Which
this is I'll go ahead and say this is sort of a hint, not exactly. I'm just gonna say the name does get said in the movie. It's not like it's in the credits or anything.
Right.
It gets said one time briefly by one of this guy's like henchmen or whatever.
Yeah. By the way, I'm pretty sure this will be right. I don't know when Arches became a national park, but let's say it did. Then that means if you stole from a national park, then that means you would have federal agents pursuing you. You would have local law enforcement, like the town cop.
I thought about making this question in like the first round and making it the answer would be Arches, but I was like, no, he would know that like instantly.
I knew that part. Yeah, you would have actual federal agents pursuing you if you stole from a national park. If something like that were to happen, you couldn't go. Yeah, if you like defaced, like let's say Mesa Verde, that's not good. But let's say you defaced Mesa Verde, you would definitely not be pursued by like New Mexico or wherever, Colorado, state police. You'd be, it would be the FBI or.
You'd be,
Wouldn't be good.
You'd be in some trouble.
You'd be in trouble.
Dale Cooper would be knocking at your door.
Exactly. So what's this guy's name? Huh? I don't want. It's not like a state last name. It's gonna be something.
The only name that we have for him, it's just his first name. His first name gets said. I don't think we have a last name.
Got you.
Him. And he's also known as by sort of, according to like the wiki or whatever, by a different name, but not like.
Sure.
It's not like a name. It's like the whatever guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking for it's just a first name. Sort of it's a very unassuming first name.
Bill.
Nope.
Hank.
Nope.
Jim.
Nope. It is ready.
Yeah.
Garth.
How was I gonna get Garth?
Yeah. Now I went back and watched the beginning of Last Crusade like a few hours ago just to make sure that they said it.
Yeah.
And the sort of curly hair blonde guy that sort of
Right.
like real twitch, whenever he like sees that they found the Cross of Coronado, he's like, Garth, get over here. Or like, look at this. I was like, and I turned the subtitles on just to make sure. I was like, okay, yeah, they said it.
Garth.
Yeah,
Huh.
that was hard. That was hard.
That is
I definitely would not. If you would ask me that question, I'd be like, yeah, you might as well just
man.
tell me because I don't know.
That's that seems Garth. That's a name.
Yep, Garth. Yeah,
I
so
would've-
that's just
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed Garth. I would have guessed more
no, yeah, just more regular names. Yeah,
more regular names. Garth is not.
but yes, it indeed does get said, which I'm surprised that we've never like noticed that.
I'm still mad about Bill Walton.
Seems,
Yeah, this is
seems
all-
like something we'd notice. Yeah, Bill Walton's one thing, but yeah, this is like super random. Yeah, exactly. Okay, ready to move on to 3.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Let me scroll up. I like this question. In the community episode Advanced Gay, the Greendale's cafeterias. I'm sorry. In the episode Advanced Gay, the Greendale cafeterias Amana 5000, which I assume is some sort of air conditioner. I'm not exactly sure.
Amana is a famous brand of home appliances.
Okay, good. All right, sounds good. So the Greendale cafeterias Amana 5000 had what problem? We're looking for like the issue here.
Sure.
That Troy Barnes fixes overnight, baffling the entire elite repairman squad there at the school.
They just say mumbo jumbo that sound like things that like Rick would make fun of. You just can't put a sci-fi word in front of a car part and like the quantum engine, things like that.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not, yeah, it's the equivalent of some made up.
Yeah, it's probably not even a real like thing.
Exactly. I want to say the word coil. That's just a word. I don't even know if that's right. Is the word coil involved in any part of this?
It is indeed involved. Yes.
Okay, so let me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, maybe I think coils. I get the word coil.
You're definitely on the right track.
Okay, because it's all made up. I don't even exactly like. There's coils in air conditioners apparently. Probably. I can't prove that, but there's probably coils in air conditioners.
We may never know.
We may never know. Those that need to know. I'm not the truest repairman, so I don't know.
That's a need to know basis, and we don't.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I can just make up.
Yeah, you've got 1/3 of it right so far.
Oh God, man.
3 words. The middle one is coil.
Thank you. I'll take that hint.
Okay, yeah. I'm impressed that you even knew coil. Like I would have had no clue.
I mean, I can just make up words, but I don't have any lead here. What are the first letters of the 2 other words?
The initials for the 3 words is C in the middle, and the second C being coil. It's CCF.
C. How about compressed for the first one?
Nope.
I really want that to be right.
It almost kind of sounds medical. A little bit.
I can just make up things. I'm not going to get this. I'll take my coil, but what's the answer?
All right, so I'll give you credit. I'll give you at least. I might even give you half credit for that because you got the main part. It's compound coil fracture.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, it's so funny. Like Troy's walking away, and they're like, and the other guy walks up. He's like, "Hey, the cafeteria had Amana 5000 had a compound coil fracture last night, but it was fixed." And Goodman's like, "Impossible. No one can fix a compound coil fracture overnight." And he's like, "He can." And then it shows him doing the handshake. Yeah, it's
one of my all-time favorite jokes on that show. It's the chalkboard at night. Troy walks up to it, and it has diagrams that look like the Good Will Hunting chalkboard diagrams as part of the plot of Good Will Hunting. And the point is, like in the Good Will Hunting, like Matt Damon solves the equation and then walks away. But in Community, Troy walks up to the chalkboard. He picks up a piece of chalk and he's looking at the math problems. and then he puts the chalk in his pocket and walks away like he just stole the chalk. And it's just like, instead of it being like a Goodwill Hunting moment, he just stole chalk. And that's just
Oh my
such a
God.
good, low key, funny thing of him just like stealing chalk instead of like solving the hard problem on the chalkboard. And that's just
Oh God. Yeah. Troy's so funny.
compound coil fracture. Man, that's funny.
Compound coil fracture. Just know that it's impossible, except for Troy. All right, here we go. So here we go on round 3. I've got 2 more.
Yep. I'm
Number
feeling good about
4.
the other 2.
Huh?
Feeling better about numbers number 4 and number 5.
Yeah, 4 is probably the easiest one on this category. In Stranger Things season 1, what Middle Earth inspired woods name do the protagonist boys claim that to the police that Will got lost in?
Byers Wood, obviously. Is it? I was looking up a lot of the locations in the last couple of days, writing my question for you, and so
Naturally.
I'm trying to like pull my information from what I just looked up. Midlothian?
That sounds like a thing. I'm not positive that's not right, but yeah. Because on Stranger Things, the boys are like, he got lost in, the location. And
Right.
Hopper's like, what? That's not a place. And the kids are like, it's from Lord of the Rings. And it's like, The Hobbit, whatever.
That's before there were movies. That's when, or they had the animated movie, I think, The Hobbit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, I was looking up all this just yesterday. Middle Earth
Yeah,
geography.
it turns out this is a Stranger Things and Lord of the Rings question.
That's right. Exactly. It starts with an L. I know there's a forest that starts with an L. Like, I was looking.
Like, you're thinking of like Luthian or whatever.
Something like
I'm not
that.
exactly sure how you say it.
Yeah.
That's not right, but I know what you're talking about.
There's wood. There's a lot of trees. That's all they had. That's all these places had were trees and mountains.
Yeah.
And they were like,
I don't think that this forest that we're looking for here ever gets like really mentioned that heavily in the Lord of the Rings movies. I've only seen the Hobbit movies one time, so it may or may not be in that.
I saw all these movies. I read all this stuff.
But it's definitely in the book though.
But it's not about, so it's not like Treebeard. It's going to be the name of like an actual existing forest.
Yeah, it's the name of the forest. I'm pretty sure it's like the biggest and like deadliest forest in.
I saw this. I read this yesterday, writing my questions. I'm not sure I'm gonna have it, and so
It starts with an M.
No.
Ready?
Yeah.
Mirkwood.
Oh God.
Yep.
Dookie. That's exactly right.
Yep. Mirkwood.
I gotta watch these movies again. That would be something to do while we're here, is to watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only seen the Hobbit movies one time. I mean, I know they're not as good as Lord of the Rings, but still.
Yeah, Mirkwood's definitely a place in the movies. Man.
Yeah. I read the book not too long ago, and it's like there's giant spiders in there, and they have to like.
Spiders are weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. Not somewhere you'd want to be. Okay. Anyway. And
honestly, not too many places are places you want to be. By the way, Lauren, which I didn't ask you, can you name Bag End's address?
What do you mean the address?
Kind of like
Hobbiton.
Yeah. Well,
Bag End is where Bilbo and Frodo and them live.
Right.
Okay. The whole group, like the I don't know if country is the right word, but the Shire. It's like where all the hobbits live.
Yeah, kind of go down from the Shire.
And then there's like, is it called the West Farthing?
That's it. That's the one I was West Farthing is right. I want to see people West Farthing. Yeah.
That's like whenever in Two Towers, whenever they find the pipe weed, it's like, ooh, long bottom leaf, the finest weed in all the South Farthing or whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I guess South Farthing, and then it's like Hobbiton.
And then
and then Bag End.
No, it's like Bag Shot or something. Like Bilbo referred to
So,
it
like,
at
maybe
the
there's
very
one more.
beginning of the first movie. Like they're saying, like when they're writing, when like I think Bilbo's writing the book and he says the address in full, like in the very beginning of the first movie, after the intro part.
Yeah, he definitely does. I'm having trouble remembering that because it was like the Sackville Baggins and all that stuff.
Yeah, so a SpongeBob question.
All right, here we go. Last one. Pretty tough, but we'll see how it goes. In the SpongeBob SquarePants episode, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 5, what flavor ice cream does Mermaid Man order from the ice cream truck that the episode's villains were actually operating, selling, exploding ice cream?
I think I know this.
Okay.
Mint chip.
No.
That's what am I thinking of? Like there is I want to say there's a SpongeBob where mint chip. It's like specifically like I remember there's a flavor of ice cream in SpongeBob where oh man, so I just googled something real quick. Apparently, Man Ray's favorite flavor is mint chip, and I was like, because that always kind of stuck with me because mint chip, it's mint chocolate chip, but the show says mint chip. I thought it was like, what? You're missing a word. Like,
quick note about mint chocolate chip ice cream. There's this weird group of people out there that are like super opposed to mint chocolate chip ice cream. Those people need to just get over themselves because mint chocolate chip ice cream is very good. And I won't have its name slandered.
it's fine. I'm not slandering it. I just don't,
I'm not saying you did, but there's people who will like swear by, well, like the whole pineapple on pizza debate. People somehow get offended by that. It's like people like what they like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Man, so if mint chip's not right, I feel much less confident. I really thought
No, it's not that.
Right. And it's gonna be.
I'll give you you want to give you a hint because you're definitely gonna need one. Okay, hint. When he eats the ice cream and it explodes, the screen flashes in classic comic book fashion. You know how they do on Mermaid Man episodes. In classic comic book fashion, and it says Kabran, K-A-B-R-A-N, Kabran.
Yeah.
So clearly, Bran's probably part of the answer.
Bran flakes would be funny. Like
that is a thing on SpongeBob, but that's not the answer.
Yeah, bran. Oat bran. I feel like I want to say like oatmeal, but that's terrible.
You're on the right track. Yeah, that's not right, but you're kind of on the right track, I think.
Raisin bran. That's
when it comes to like old people food.
Yeah, tapioca. Bran tapioca.
Yeah,
bran
you're on the right. You're on the right track.
Bran pudding. Oh man. Prune is the flavor.
It is actually.
Is it prune?
Well, you want to go into the whole thing?
Yeah.
It's a double scoop of prune with bran sprinkles.
That's super dumb.
A double scoop of prune with bran sprinkles.
That's terrible.
And then he eats it, and then it blows up, and it's like kabran.
That's hilarious.
And,
man, I thought mint chip was right. I'm disappointed. I thought.
That's a good guess for sure. I was gonna go with a different SpongeBob question, but I determined that I didn't really count it as canon because it's from season 5.
Sure.
And I don't consider anything after the end of season 3 to really be like.
That's correct.
The real SpongeBob.
That's right.
I basically that's basically like the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull equivalent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's technically part of it, but it's like we don't really watch that.
Exactly.
So anyway, yeah, I was gonna put a question from season 5, but I was like, wait, no, that doesn't really count. And the question would have been, what temperature does Mr. Krabs always keep the Krusty Krab at? Because he's cheap.
Oh.
It's nothing crazy or anything, but it's just a number. I mean, it's a somewhat realistic number.
It's not 62, is it?
It is. It is 62.
What was it? The reason why I was making sure it was it was when Steven Hillenburg died. I felt really sad. That was a very sad time. And I donated $62 to the ALS because 62 is Man Ray's number. 62 is how many cents
Exactly.
Crab sells them out for. And 62, I had like a picture. I had like a little made.
I remember that.
362. I was like, but I was making sure 62. I was like, well, maybe that's the number Plankton changes it to. I wasn't sure if that was.
He changed it to something like crazy. And
It was like low. It was like freezing. I was like 62. That's cold. Like I've heard that Colbert. I think apparently late night studios, they keep the temperature in the studio cold because you don't want your guests to be warm because they won't be as responsive. If you make it cold, apparently they do better. I was like 62 is cold. Like if you kept like 60, a restaurant meaning 62 is not exactly warm.
Nobody wants to be on TV getting interviewed, and you're also like kind of sweating a little bit. Nobody wants that.
I'm saying like 62 at a restaurant be cold too, but there you go. 62. That's a number they like apparently. 62, and so
62.
Exactly. That was that. So there we go. I'm going to take 2 halves and make it 1, and that is my grading on that. So
yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And we have one more question that is going to. I will read out right now. Give me a sec. That was written from last week's. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh, actually, this might be something we can work on together. So this is from last week's guest. It was from Ben and Mike, who were part of a.
So you don't know the answer?
No, I don't know this. I'm going to read it out loud. We're going to talk about it together.
Okay, all right.
So their theme was Eurovision, the big song contest in Europe. So it has something to do with that. Is ABBA is the best known Eurovision winner, launching an international career after winning the contest of 1974's Waterloo. While placing on the Billboard Hot 100 multiple times with their singles, ABBA had only one #1 hit in the United States. What was the song that topped the charts? So what is ABBA's only #1 hit? That's a good question. Trying to think. ABBA's got a bunch of famous songs. That's the thing. And they're all, which one's right though? Huh. What a good question.
I'm having trouble even thinking of any of their songs.
Yeah. Dancing Queen feels like a possible good answer. Dancing Queen seems famous. That seems like a Dancing Queen, Fernando, SOS, Mamma Mia, Money, Money, Money. I like Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen is a famous song that feels right, you know?
Can you hear me? You were kind of frozen there for a second.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was about to say.
I think my Wi-Fi might have blinked or something.
Yeah. My power blinked. I told you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Dancing Queen is a famous ABBA song. That could be right. It's well known. This song's gonna be a famous one.
I'd definitely be okay with saying that.
You want to go with Dancing Queen?
Yeah.
What a straightforward, good question. Yeah.
It's been in popular culture and stuff.
I mean, a lot of ABBA songs are. Dancing Queen, almost everyone's heard. I mean, like, you know, that's a famous one. But the only #1 hit. So here we go. So we're going to say Dancing Queen. The correct answer is Dancing Queen. I am very excited. So there we
go.
So we will add 1 point each to each of our totals there. So that way we will end the game. You will have scored 9 points on all my stuff. I scored 6.5 on yours. So there we go. Yeah. So did you at home, did you beat Will's 9, or did you beat mine 6.5? If you did, very well done. A very hard, fun, good set of questions we both had there. And I think we really had some good stuff being mentioned. Round 3 being 5 things I've seen a number of times and apparently don't have every word memorized, very unfortunately. Airplane, Last Crusade, Season 3 Community, Stranger Things Season 1, and Mermaid and Barnacle Boy 5. So, you know.
That was the thing.
So
that
that'll
was the
get
tough.
you
That was the
sometimes.
tough quandary that I was placed with because I was like, I want to make questions about stuff that we like,
Yeah,
or stuff that you like,
exactly.
Only
Yeah.
problem is if it was anything less than like extremely hard, we would just immediately get it, like
And the
I
thing
can't.
is, I don't sometimes love like hard detail questions, but that is about as approaching the wall of if it goes past that difficulty, I think it's too obscure. Like it's right there before you get there. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
these are things that's still worth. If anything that's said out loud is almost fair game, in my opinion. And so
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
all seems like a bummer. And like Bill Walton, dragging on Walton, that is garbage. That is actual trash.
If it had been me, if you had asked me that question, I would have gotten Walton, I think, but I would have said unsettled. I would not have known it was linear.
Yeah, I don't know if folks are gonna know that. It's very disappointing. But no, that is it. And so hopefully you enjoyed today's questions, and we will be back again very soon with a more set of questions. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Will, for being the guest here.
No
And
problem.
so hopefully all you stay inside, wash your hands, take care of yourselves. Be back again very soon. Everybody take care.